every drop of blood it forced me to spill. I take no responsibility for the lives I took. I did nothing in the Absolute's name. I was merely a weapon that it wielded. You have my sympathy. The tadpole. The Absolute. They work together like a drug. I did not feel I was compelled to act against my will. I felt ecstatic to serve. Every action seemed a deliberate choice. The best choice. Even though I could no more have resisted its commands than flesh can resist decay. Even rational minds like ours cannot reject such a powerful influence. The Absolute can make the impossible seem inevitable. I fought at his side once, shortly after my conversion. Before the battle, he was everything a general should be. A charismatic leader with a brilliant strategic mind. And when the fighting began, he led his troops from the front and cut through the enemy like a scythe through stalks. Blows and arrows rained down on him, and before long, his face was a mask of blood. But he did not fall. He did not even falter. When we won the day, Ketheric's armor was bent and shattered, but his flesh was unmarked. I have lived long enough to know that few things are impossible in this world. Ketheric's power is a rare thing, though. I have never seen its like. The necromancer Balthazar is Ketheric's chief advisor. One who has mastery over the dead may well be able to help the living cheated. We should ransack his chambers and see what secrets he keeps for the great general. I took up my oath long ago, when I swore bloody vengeance against any who defied Lolth. Now, I myself have sinned against the Spider Queen. Though my faith is shattered, my oath endures. I am sworn to destroy all those who serve the Absolute. It is not noble, it is necessary. If we do not destroy the cultists, they will destroy everything. We are all that stands between this world and annihilation. A disparate collection of vagabonds and strays. Did you have anyone particular in mind? She is tolerable, but her faith in the Lady of Loss is poisonous. The very concept of Sharan worship is self-indulgent. They would have you think every whispered word and hidden thought is of value, but it is not so. I have performed 1,000 interrogations, squeezing out the most guarded secrets held in heart, mind, and soul. I can tell you this. When the trivial parts have been whittled away and I have sifted through what remains, in most cases, a person amounts to nothing at all. He's been deprived of freedom and strong blood for so long that he is addicted to both. While those addictions have their hold on him, he is still a slave. Free. What purpose does he have that does not involve his master? He fears him, he hates him, he dreams of him, and he will either kill him or die trying. Astarion is no more free of Cazador than you or I are free of our tadpoles. He will only be free when Cazador is dead, and that is as it should be. When the time comes, we must hope that he does not only take Cazador's long life, but the power that has sustained him as well. I have encountered few Githyanki in my life. Those that I did were raiders. They croaked out pleas for mercy in their alien tongue as they died. Meeting Lae'zel makes me wish I knew more of their culture. I did. She told me that she has nothing to teach that cannot be learned through observation of her prowess in combat. Perhaps she is right. She certainly cuts a striking figure in battle. There is a precision to her ferocity that I admire. To one who only sees the surface of things, perhaps. You should look deeper. In spite of her youth, there is a patience and precision in Lae'zel's thoughts and actions that I admire. Those qualities will strengthen as she matures. The wizard? No. It is pointless. In my experience, the moment they leave their libraries, wizards have the life expectancy of a gnome in a war. Either the enemy recognizes they are a threat and kills them swiftly, or their curiosity leads them to combust while experimenting with the limits of magic. Present company excluded, of course. I'm sure you will live to a ripe old age. Gale, however, is already in a state of suspended combustion, thanks to that orb between his ribs. I suspect it is only a matter of time before he goes up in smoke. I will reserve my social graces for those who might live long enough to appreciate them. He is exceedingly self-righteous. Amusing, considering he bound himself to a devil. The devil makes will strong. What would he be without her? I would rather be allied with a warlock than the spoiled son of a noble who has more experience with diplomats than devils. I have never known anyone so ferocious and unassailable in battle, and yet so fragile and impermanent in their very being. I often think of mortality as a curse. In time, all that I am and all that I have known and learned will be lost. In time, our cities will be dust. Karlach does not seem to have such anxieties. Perhaps because she cannot afford to. She exists in the moment, and she will burn out and be gone in a moment. There is something very beautiful about that. Good. I do not like to stand idle.
This place gives me the creeps.
Seen alleyways in Baldur's Gate that are plenty worse in their way.
Yeah?
Heapside narrows at nighttime. 2 steps in, and you're likely to become some dagger's new sheath.
Burning through our oil, but it should just about do.
Half the men of Menzoberranzan are pleasure servants. Weaklings whose beauty is their only redeeming quality. You would fit right in with them, Astarion.
You think I'm beautiful? Minthara.
Dark to tell.
ambush.
Now this is my happy place.
Need to act fast. Heading there.
Battle favors the fearless. Finding my way.
I will ascend.
Make way.
No choice but to keep going. Very well.
Your command. Onward.
Enough sitting around. Let's go hurt someone. How delicious. Oh, for a skeleton key.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
that?
Where lies your guilt?
The waning moon.
When you have lived as long as I, such simple magic becomes second nature.
A fair point. Perhaps this one could assist us. The murdered lie silent. The raven asks, will you be their voice? She is not the victim. Nay, she is the perpetrator. This woman tended a bar where she took her patrons, her friends, into her confidence, promised their secrets were safe with her. Yet she turned their words into knives and stabbed them in the back. They died because of her, and to this day her victims lie unavenged. You see it as I do. I seek a record of this one's crimes, written in her own hand. Through it, I can summon her spirit and force her to face trial for her crimes.
Such spells are ancient secrets and closely guarded. But I could be convinced to share them with an ally.
Your soul sparks with justice, with fortitude. This is your chance to bring a murderer to justice, to avenge her victims. Will you take it? I thank you, as do those who died by her words.
Go to the distillery. The one she calls the Waning Moon. Find the ledger and bring it to me. The air stirs in trepidation. You have the ledger. We have it. Her lies, her guilt. Madeline reported her friends to a dark justiciar and fled when they were butchered. Well, she flees no more. I will be the conduit for Madeline's spirit. I will force her to face trial, and you will be the judge. Make her beg. Make her suffer. There is no justice for traitors, only pain. Witness.
You. He said I was gonna be punished. That you'd be the judge. But I didn't mean to hurt anyone.
Well now, let's not go throwing stones. Glass houses and all that.
But this wasn't supposed to happen. I swear! I said it didn't mean nothing. That Ben and Mark were just drunk and whining. The Dark Justicia promised she was gonna chat with him. She promised! You didn't see it. Didn't see what the Dark Justicia did. She gave him a dagger each. And told him to press it against their stomachs on the count of 3. To start stabbing. And not stop till she said so. She never said stop. I'd do anything to take it back. Anything. You're right. I'm a killer. A monster. I should have died instead.
Ah! Glorious! Look! My hand still shakes. You broke her most thoroughly. Well done. It is pleasing to see we are of one mind. You have done well. Her pain and anguish were sublime. I will treasure it. Here, for your services. Should I find another murderer in need of torment, I shall call upon you. Farewell.
I'd say bye, but you'll be dead.
What's that?
Ellie May, my light, my hope, my joy.
This grave is a mess. Probably an animal's doing.
What now? With pleasure.
Father, they will die for you.
beer. Not really my drink, you know.
I know, Astarion. You prefer blood.
Well, yes. It was a joke.
I know that too. It just wasn't funny.
I can't remember where I wanted to go. Maybe I'm wrong.
The psionic detector is sounding. Blacket's warriors are upon us. Where Wargaz failed to kill you, I won't make the same mistake.
Open up.
I will ascend. Invenia via.
Time to push my luck again.
This is my time.
Making my move.
Got to keep fighting. On the move.
Ready for battle.
Victory awaits.
Psionic detector alerted us to the Githyanki attack. Looks like Voss was good for his word.
It is as we knew. My people have turned their blades against us. They will emerge from the shadows and descend from the skies, and we will grant them their only just fate. Death.
That helped.
Under their noses. To strike. No time to waste.
forever dauntless. 2 steps at a time.
Fresh orders? A wise move.
Behold the dance of death. These boots have seen everything. Fine day for murder.
Swift and lethal. My faith will protect me. No mercy.
Is there something you want to talk about, my dear? Can we? I suppose we can. Can't get enough. I'm not surprised. You are perfect. Every time.